Hello everybody, this is Robert from Asia Pacific Gardening.
This is Nolan from Asia Pacific Gardening.
Today we're going to work on this giant tree, this beautiful maple tree, and see a lot of dry branches inside right there. So we're going to introduce you how to pruning the tree. This is the March, weather is so good, so this is the time to catch up your pruning at the home. If you don't see the leaf, this is another way to pruning the tree.
Let's take a look at what we got here.
If you look at this tree, the previous owner just really good maintained the tree, been cutting back the inside, the dry branches pretty much sort of clean up. Some of them still there, but this is easy to working at. But you can see nice structure there. We want to, after we prune, you can see part of them structure inside. How beautiful is that? And a lot of detail working on this part right here. And you looking at here, how thick is this one right here? See, that much. So they're blocking the view of the tree, also blocking the view from the other side, which is the door right the other side. So when they're coming out right there, you cannot see what the on the street right here. And really depend on the owners what you want. And we would like to open up this from, this is really low right here. You can see how heavy is this. Some of the branches you can see, like this one here, from all the way to the other end right here. We can see
A lot of crisscrossing too, and it's hiding the structure.
so this is what our target is going to open up, something like this, because this you can see too heavy right here.
Let me show you what the tree looks like on the inside real quick. So we're now on the inside of the tree. You can see the structure is really crazy, but there's a lot of branches covering it, and it looks way worse in person because as I zoom in, you see more and more of the details of the branches crossing, and you can see the structure is really incredible. That's kind of what you want to see when you have a maple. So we will be thinning quite a bit of this out. Look at all that crisscross. So let's go over how you really prune this tree.
The first thing when you study the tree, you can see there's so many trees is crossing each other, and this one pushing the tree down. If you long term you're not pruning this tree, this continue will be down to the touch to the ground. Okay, so we need to find out where it is coming from, and this is from the back side. So we need the cutting back. Let me see. We need cutting back from here. See, when the beginning here is a little bit hard. So look at this here. We're gonna take it out this.
Look how much he pruned. So rather than working from the very tip all the way down, find the long branch that you don't need and cut from where it grows. It'll save you a ton of time.
Yeah. So the cutting back, like example, this is the tree like this, right? Let me pull it out like this. So
There
which
we go.
branch?
Let me see.
So which branches you want to cut? Like example, this one you can cut right here. If you cut right here, they already have that much shorter, right? Look at this here. Of course, you can cut right here. That would be that another foot cutting inside again. You can cut right here.
Maples always grow in threes.
Yeah,
Cut the one in the middle.
like here. What's mean tree is like this. See here. 1, 2, 3. And you can see the middle is always developed. So if you're cutting back the middle part right here, so this one will be developed better, branches develop on the side.
You made it that much shorter already.
Yeah, and like this here again, 1, 2, 3, cut the middle one off.
And you just do that 1,000 times.
Yeah, and the color right here. So, looking at the color green right here, this is live branches. But looking at here, it's a different color. These are the dead branches. If you click right here,
Okay.
that's damage. Of course, you need to clean up this. But now this too long again, So we're going to cut right here. Of course, I'm cutting this branch. This is how to get shot of the tree. Again, green, and this is dead branches right here. See?
And then look how many branches there are. It's a ton of decisions. But be patient. This will take some time, but the end result will be amazing. So let's put this on a time lapse and let's start chipping away at this portion. So this is the progress we've made so far. We've kind of thinned out maybe 30-40% of the tree right now. And let's look at it from the inside real quick. This is from the inside. The canopy needs a lot of work. That's usually the last thing we do. But if you look to the front, it's pretty clear now. My dad's back over here working on this side. I can't really see him. Oh, there we go. It's a silhouette. But we still got quite a bit to thin out. So, let's take a look on the outside again. So this is what the trimmed portion. We still got more to go. We're just doing the structural pruning for now. And this half we have not pruned. Look at the difference. So how full that is. There's also less sunlight on this side. As the sun is coming from over there. Sunset's over there. So all the heavy growth is on that side. That's what my dad's working through right now. Oop, almost fell. Let's see what it looks like over here. Yeah, this still needs to be pruned out. A lot of shade in this area. But that is so dense. Remember, when you're pruning a maple, you should prune it in a way where a bird can fly through it. They definitely cannot fly through that action. But here, we're getting there. Alright, I'm going to set up a time lapse at a different spot. Alright, well, it's time to call it a day. We're gonna resume the next day. We've been here for a few hours now. Now you can kind of see through the tree, which is good. Because you couldn't see through it before. We still have, and all that we gotta prune. That's like another tree. But the structure's starting to show up. We shall resume probably tomorrow, if not another day. Well, we're back. This is now the second day. Let me give a quick look at where we stopped. You can see all the clippings we did yesterday. Quite a big pile. We got about halfway done with the tree. You gotta work out the canopy up top. And my dad's back over there. Where is he? There he is. He's gonna be working on that side. Let's give a spin over here. Let's take a look. Now that the daylight is a little bit better. This side still has not been pruned. Look how thick that is. Look at this. See that action? All of that needs to be worked on today. Then I'll climb up top, work through this. So let's continue this project. We're pretty much done, and we've gotten a couple comments of people asking how much did we really prune, if we could show what we pruned. Cleaned up all of this. This is what we pruned. It doesn't look like a lot, but it's a lot. Because look at this tree. It's completely different. And also very, very important. After pruning a maple, this is what you should do. The most important step after a pruning is to water your tree. It'll help give energy to the tree because you made a bunch of cuts. So without proper water, your soil will dry out, your roots will dry out. The maple will not have enough energy to heal it. So you gotta water it first. The heck? I think we need to get a new hose. Well, since our hose broke, this is where today's sponsor comes into play. shopdepalma.com. We've been using their hose products for so long, and check this out. This hose is so strong, I'm willing to do this and it won't break. If I did that with any of the previous garden hose, you end up with a pile of broken nozzle heads like I do. If you visit shopdepalma.com/collections/bonsai or scan the QR code on the screen, you can get 10% off select products that we always use when you use promo code bonsai at checkout. The awesome thing with this hose is that it has multiple settings, gives you a lot of power, and every single part is adjustable and easy to fix. In addition to that, we've been using the ultimate garden broom for the longest time. It's a broom that acts like a rake and sweeps like a pro. It even gets into those little tiny crevices in the concrete slabs that you can never get before. The shipping on the broom, because the broom is so big, the shipping is a little bit pricey. But check out all the other stuff that's on their website, including the bench that my dad has been using in this entire video. Visit shopdepalma.com/collections/bonsai and use promo code bonsai at checkout and enjoy a 10% discount on some of the products on their website. And this hose has multiple functions. You can adjust it to any settings on there with just a twist, or on a hot summer day and you're thirsty like me, it'll definitely quench your thirst. Now, let's properly water this tree. And I want to give you a detailed look at the stuff that we pruned off. Look how skinny these are. This is why you have to hand prune all of these. It's impossible to use a hedge trimmer, and in fact when you use a hedge trimmer, it just randomly cuts it and the whole tree backbuds like crazy. That's why the whole tree is all brown and gross. You don't want a gross tree, you want a beautiful tree. You can see the structure. This is what we remove.
here we are. We all done the pruning the tree. You can see the detailed structure. Of course, after you prune, they take a while to get the new growth, but at least we give them some space to grow. From inside there, you can see the traffic outside. When you back up your car, it's more safety. That's also the part of the reason you need to maintain your tree. And the detail in the future, you can see how beautiful this structure.
And remember, when pruning a maple tree, prune it in a way where a bird can fly through it. This canopy and the whole structure has been well thinned out. Any bird should be able to find their way in and perch on a branch. And if you're wondering, man, these guys are butchering a tree. They prune more than 30%. That 30% rule only pertains to very specific trees. It does not pertain to the maple. And you saw how much we pruned in the past, and all the trees look great. If you like this video, please leave us a like, leave us a comment, let us know what you think. And then every single Friday, we put a new video on our YouTube channel that is bonsai related. We'll see you next week.